What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first video of the Coding Potion. I hope you guys are having a fantastic start of the year. Going over bash profiling. If you're anything like me, I open up a terminal every day, and you got to have that customized to your own liking, so we can change up the colors, how the display looks for the prompt, having all your aliases to make everything nice and quick, and exporting those environmental variables so you don't have to always keep typing those out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is open up our terminal. We're going to create two different files here. One is the bash profile and one is the Bashrc file. So let's go ahead and open both of those up with Sublime. And we'll go ahead and dive a little more into it. Grab that one. And we will open up the Bashrc file. Great. So just so you can understand, there are two different types of shells, a logged in version and non-logged in version. We quickly add two different print statements here. Grab this one and copy paste it, and we'll grab this to be Bashrc. Now if we open up a new shell on our terminal, we can see that the bash profile is being printed out from this file. And then if we open up a sub shell here, which is a non-logged in version, we can see that the Bashrc print statement is getting spit out. So this means all we need to do to make sure that our changes are applied to both sets of logged in and non-logged in shells, we need to add a quick statement inside of our bash profile. So you can go ahead and copy paste this line into this. We'll source the Bashrc file, so every time it's ran, we'll close up that if statement. Now, what we have to do here is if we open up a new tab, we can see now we are calling the Bashrc file, and if we open up a subshell inside a non-logged in version, we also have the Bashrc file. So all we need to do is make changes to our Bashrc file moving forward, and it'll be applied to both shells. So let's go ahead and quit out of these. So one of the main variables that we can use to change how our display looks is PS1 variable. Let's go ahead and just add a quick smiley face to change up our prompt here. So if I were to export this PS1 variable and open up our terminal again, we can see that we now have a smiley face here as our command prompt. So this PS1 variable can take in a few different special characters to help change the display prompt. And what we can do here is, say for example, we wanted to just grab the username. So one of the special characters is /u. Go ahead and save this, and then if we go ahead and open up a new terminal, you can see now we are collecting just the username. Now let's say we wanted to go ahead and add the time as well. We can do \t, save that, and then if we open up a new one, we can see now we do have the time, the current time. And let's say we wanted to grab the current working directory. We can do the full path or just the current folder that we're sitting in, which is my preference, so we'll use a big W. If you do a small w like this, you'll get the full path. So we'll save that. And if we open up a new one, we can see we're sitting in our home, and if I were to change to desktop, you can see that we're in desktop. So let's go ahead and grab a couple of different colors as well. So what we can do is create, what I personally do is I like to create actual variables for these. We can use this tput command that sets the color, and we're going to choose a nice little purple color. If I go down here and I say purple for all of this, it should change everything to be purple. If I export that variable and we open up a new tab, we can see that everything is now purple. Let's say we wanted to also add in a cyan color. Grab that color. These numbers right here, if you look up a 256 color chart, you can grab any of the colors. For example, I went onto Wikipedia and I was able to find this one, and you can see all of the values here. I'm going to go ahead and copy paste the rest of my colors so we don't have to type all of these out. I like to break up this PS1 variable into multiple lines, and a simple way to do that here is PS1 is equal to, let's say, \u for the username, and then if we go ahead and append our time to that, let's say we want to put it in brackets. Now we go ahead and grab the working directory. We'll put that in brackets as well. We'll close that up and maybe put a $sign at the end of it and a space. So we can get that, and let's go ahead and grab our colors, and let's say we make the first one purple, make the next one a nice green, and make this next one, let's say, teal. Go ahead and save that now. Open up a new one. You can see now my username is this nice purple. I have a nice green color for the time, and then the working directory that I'm in. Now, there's a quick syntax that we need to add to make sure we properly handle our cursor so it doesn't have any wrapping issues. And that's going to look like backslash, and then we want to close it up. We'll do just the opposite. So if we go ahead and add that to all of these, and quickly, I'm going to go ahead and copy paste my actual settings into here so you can see it happen. So here you can see that I have the user, the time, the working directory, and then you can change out how everything looks at the end when you do an ls as well, or we can go ahead and reset that. So let me go ahead and grab my reset as well and copy paste that into here. So for example, go ahead and get rid of this. Another important thing to have, in my opinion, is aliases. So for example, if I were to do alias ll, which is going to represent ls long, so I don't have to do the dash long every single time. If I were to go ahead and save this, so if I were to open up a new shell and I do ls long now, you can see everything getting displayed, or I can just do ll, which is the same exact thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste all of mine that I use personally into here so you can see them all. I have one for pip 3, so anytime I'm working on Python packages, I'm always making sure I'm using the right pip installer instead of pip. For Python 2, I have one that helps me go quickly to my development area, opening Jupyter Labs. -al gives us all files, so we can see those dot files. LT I like because this one's sorting by file size if I want to see all the files. So let's open up a new shell so we have all this saved. Let's say we went over to our video section and we're due to an LT. And we can see all the sizes of each of my videos and how much space I'm getting taken up. And for example, if you want to do a quick count to see how many files are in there. Alright, so one last thing that we didn't cover yet is environmental variables. So for example, let's say you're working with an API and you use a key. So for example, I've been working with the API for pulling stocks in on Alpha Advantage. Every time you create one of these objects, you're required to give it an API key. So it can be tedious to always memorize and look it up and keep it in some file and copy paste it. So what I like to do is I'll go ahead and quickly export that environmental variable. So you can do it. Export Alpha Advantage API key, and then just set it to whatever it is. And then every time you create that object, it'll grab from this variable, so you don't have to instantiate the object every single time with it. Saves a lot of time, and I really enjoy it. Again, down below in the description, I'll have all the different special characters that you can give this PS1 variable to customize your display prompt. Make sure to add aliases. It saves a lot of time to just quickly type something out. For example, if you wanted to also do, I see people do C for clear. So we have that now, and we open up a new one. And I just type C now, it's cleared out instead of doing the full clear. Very helpful. And that'll do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got a few tips and tricks out of this one. In the future, if you have anything you'd like to see, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time.